One morning, when I, Ren Ichinose, was staring into space in my classroom as usual, everyone started chattering. Hey! Shinonome's coming!
She's so beautiful as ever!
It's the usual thing, I slightly sighed. The girl who entered from the door was a stunningly beautiful girl who was tall like a model. Mio Shinonome. She's known to be the most beautiful girl in our school. And she surprises everyone because she gets good grades too. According to a rumor, she even has a fan club. That sounds ridiculous. But I'm sure it's wonderful being passionate about supporting someone like that. But Shinonome herself seems to be indifferent about how others see her. She doesn't seem to be excessively kind to others, and she doesn't seem to have any close friends. She'd keep her conversations with others minimal, and she had a cool impression. Shinonome, good morning.
Good morning.
It's such a nice day.
Yeah.
One of my classmates, who seems to be her fan, is talking to her right now. But Shinonome keeps her answers short. Doesn't seem like she intends to continue on with that conversation at all. Even then, the guys... Hey! Shinonome greeted me! We had a conversation too! Are getting so excited over that short conversation. Well, she greeted you because you greeted her. And you can't really count that interaction as a conversation. But I kept those words just in my mind because I'm not close to him. Without caring much about the guy, Shinonome was flipping through her novel. If I were to talk about being a loner, I could compete with Shinonome. Not like I'm her fan, but I had a sense of familiarity with her. Hope she stays a loner from now on, too. Well, it's not like we're ever gonna have any interactions down the road, though. I'm hungry. That day after school, I went to a grocery store in my neighborhood to buy some things. My mother worked away from home, and my father was rarely home, so I practically lived by myself. I was in a state where every male high school student dreamed of. But then, it's kind of troubling that I had to cook dinner for myself. As I was walking down the street in the sunset, I ran into someone who seemed to be in a rush. I stepped back as I felt a skinny body on my abdomen. Oh!
I'm sorry.
The girl who ran into me was Shinonome, the most beautiful girl in our school. While I was already in my regular clothes, she was still wearing the school uniform. Oh, it's you, Shinonome. What's the matter?
Oh, Ichinose.
You don't look too well. Are you feeling ill?
It's nothing. Don't mind me.
But I was bothered by how Shinonome was acting a bit strangely. When I looked around, I could see a suspicious person who was hiding behind the pillar. I see. I get it.
Huh?
At that moment, I came up with a way to get away from the situation. It would be a bit forceful, but we didn't have much choice. I then opened my wallet and turned it upside down so I could scatter my coins all over the ground. They all clattered as they spread all over the place. Oh no! I ended up dropping my coins!
Huh? Ichinose, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, Shinonome. Can you please help me gather the coins since you're my classmate?
That's fine, but...
We then went on the ground as we picked up the coins that were scattered all over the ground. I confirmed that the person behind the pillar was still there, and slowly approached them. I think it went this way too. Oh! Excuse me, did you find any coins over here?
Ah!
As I talked to the person who was hiding behind the pillar, he rushed away without even saying anything. I knew it. When I returned to where I was without picking anything up from the ground, Shinonome was looking at me in confusion. Ah, You picked them up for me. Thanks. It seemed like that guy was tailing you. Shinonome looked away as she replied.
How'd you know?
Well, I just tend to notice those things because of my family.
What does that mean?
Anyway, we need to solve your problem right now. Shinonome's body flinched as she heard my words. It seemed quite serious. But I wasn't sure how much I should get myself involved when we weren't even that close. I can't really look the other way given what happened. If you don't want to talk about it, I won't ask too many questions.
No, I don't think that's right.
She then started to tell me, as she seemed as if she had made up her mind.
I've actually been stalked lately. I was studying in the library earlier, and I noticed that I was being followed.
I see. And when you were trying to run, you ran into me.
Yes.
After that, I listened as she explained what was going on. She said that the stalker had been following her for about a month now. He was waiting for Shinonome to finish school right outside every few days. They seemed to have been passionately active with her fan club, but this was the first time he was directly stalking her. He was unusually persistent today, and although she wanted to go home, she was too scared that they'd find out where she lived, so she was roaming around the city.
Thank you so much again for earlier, Ichinose.
Shinonome then bowed towards me. No need to thank me. I just happened to run into you.
Still, you really saved me.
Now I know what happened. I think it's best if I leave this case up to someone you can trust. I'm sure that the stalker noticed that you saw him. And he probably won't do anything aggressive for a little while.
I see. That's good.
I think it's best if you have your parents come pick you up, so they can take you home in a car. Can you reach out to them?
No, I can't. I'm biologically related to my father, but I'm not really getting along too well with my step-siblings and my stepfather. I'm currently living away from home by myself, so I can't rely on my parents.
It seems like Shinonome has a complicated family situation too. I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't apologize. I never told you about this.
Do you have any friends that you could trust? Even though they can't drive you, you'd feel safe if they could walk you home, right?
I'm sure you already know the answer to that, since you're my classmate.
Sorry I asked. That's right. Shinonome's a loner, just like me. We stayed silent for a short while, and Shinonome suddenly came a little closer to my face.
Would you be able to walk me home?
Me? Well, I'm a guy, so I don't think that's a good idea.
I can trust you. You saved me.
How would you know I didn't save you out of ulterior motives?
If that were the case, you wouldn't have suggested having my parents or friends walk me home. You would have offered to walk me home right away.
That's true.
Besides, you didn't even care to ask for my contact. You don't seem to have ulterior motives at all.
When she says it like that, I can't really argue.
Or will you not be able to?
Huh? I forgot for a second, but Shinonome was the most beautiful girl in our school. There was no way I could turn her down when she asked me out like that. Okay, I'll walk you home.
Thank you so much.
She then smiled as she saw me agree to that. Shinonome lived in a condo with an automated lock, and it was about 20 minutes away. Surprisingly, it seemed like she lived in my neighborhood.
We're here. Thank you so much, Ichinose.
Yeah, I'm glad you got home safely.
Would you be able to exchange our contacts before you go?
Why?
After what happened this time, I feel like I should at least have one classmate I can talk to.
Do you have ulterior motives for me?
Jeez, stop joking around.
Shinonome disappeared into the building after we exchanged our contacts. I didn't see any suspicious person around us, and I gave a short sigh. I'm so tired. That ended my strange connection with Shinonome. I just prayed that she wouldn't ever have to deal with this again. Or so I thought at the time. However, since then, Shinonome started to text me every now and then. At first, she was expressing her appreciation for what I did, but we eventually started talking about small things in our daily lives. I also talked about myself, such as how my parents were never home, and I practically lived on my own, how my father worked at a private investigation firm, and so on.
So, is your father a detective? That's amazing. I thought that job was only for novels and dramas.
Well, it's nothing cool like those jobs you see in mystery novels. He'd investigate infidelity or search for a lover who went missing, and things like that.
I see. Was that why you noticed the stalker right away that other day?
Well, Dad tells me about his work on his days off. And I sometimes go to his firm, too. We never talked when we were in school, but after we started talking after school, I started to understand her, too. She said she honestly could never get used to how the others saw her as a special person. People tended to think that she was a bit cold, but she simply wasn't very good at conversations. She was also a bit needy, which was surprising. After talking to her, I realized that she was quite ordinary as a girl. Oh, it's already getting late.
Yeah, we need to go to sleep. Ichinose, good night.
Good night. Maybe the others were the ones who were building a wall between us by calling her the most beautiful girl and that she was a loner. After the stalker incident, a week passed by.
Ichinose!
Shinonome? What's the matter? It was very unusual of Shinonome to approach me when we were at school.
The stalker left a note inside my shoebox.
As I heard those words, I ground my teeth. That stalker never gave up after all. When I checked inside Shinonome's shoebox, there was a small bouquet and a letter.
This is it.
Let me open the letter. You don't have to read it if you don't want to.
No, I can't just keep running. Besides, you're here with me right now.
Okay, don't push yourself though. When I opened the envelope, there was a picture of Shinonome walking into her condo.
That's my house.
This is really bad. It seemed like the stalker identified Shinonome's house. We had a 3-day weekend starting the next day, but he most likely was going to do something during that time. He hadn't directly harmed her just then, but this was already causing a huge burden on Shinonome's emotional state of being. Maybe we should talk to the police about this. But I wonder if they'd do anything when this is the only evidence we have. As I was trying to figure out how to go about this, Shinonome's skinny hands grasped my sleeve.
I'm scared.
Of course. I'll try to figure something out.
I know this might sound ridiculous, but would I be able to stay over at your house during the next 3 days?
That's a wild request of you to make.
That's what I said, but you're the only person I can trust.
But my parents aren't home.
That's fine. Even if your parents aren't home, I feel more relieved to be at your house with you than being home by myself.
That's not what I meant, though. But then, I couldn't just leave Shinonome alone like that, too. I made up my mind. Okay, let's ask my parents, and only if they're okay with it.
Thank you so much, Ichinose. I'm just so scared.
I'm already in this with you, and there's no going back at this point. When I called my dad, he said he didn't mind having my friend stay over at our house. And so, that was how Shinonome and I started living together. My mom's room was vacant at the time, so I had her stay in that room while she was here. You can use this room the way you want.
Thank you so much for everything.
Let me know if you need anything.
I have everything. Thank you for asking, though.
Before we came to my house, I went to her house with her so she could gather the things she needed. Of course, I didn't enter her room. I waited for her in the living room. Anyway, Shinonome seemed somehow excited. Hey, you look like you're in a great mood. But am I just thinking too much?
Well, maybe it's because this is my first time I'm staying over at a classmate's house.
Really? Well, now that you mentioned it, I think this is the first time I'm letting anyone stay over.
I guess it's both of our first times.
Yeah. Given the situation, her words almost sounded as if she implied something else. And my heart skipped a beat. I needed to calm down. Shinonome would never say anything like that. As we were being a bit awkward, our life together had started.
This ginger pork is delicious.
I'm glad you like it. I can't really cook anything too amazing, though.
That's not true. This food is amazing.
What's the matter? Was something funny?
Well...
Is it my face? When I told a joke, Shinonome seemed to panic a little. She was actually a little fun to tease.
Not at all. I was just thinking that it's so fun to have a meal with someone.
I see. I agree. I haven't been having dinner with my family lately, so it's been a while since I was eating with someone else too. Things were going well as Shinonome and I lived together. But sometimes, there were things that were a bit troubling. The following morning, when I went to the restroom to wash my face, I found Shinonome brushing her teeth, still in her pajamas!
Oh, good morning, Ichinose.
Good morning. She didn't have her pajamas completely buttoned up, and I felt like I could almost see what was in there. It seemed like she didn't wear much when she slept. I wasn't sure if she was still half asleep. But she didn't seem like she realized how she was dressed.
Why are you looking away?
I didn't think it was appropriate for me to take a close look.
Huh?
She then realized after my words and held her body tight.
I'm so sorry. I never really cared about anything like this when I was living by myself.
You don't have to apologize for anything. I mean, I'm the one who's sorry. Actually, I wanted to thank her, but I felt like she might call the police if I'd done so, so I decided not to. The next day, when I was about to go for groceries, Shinonome approached me.
Ichinose, where are you going?
I'm gonna get some groceries. I don't think we have enough food to cook dinner.
I'll go with you.
Shinonome, I can't walk when you're all over me like that.
I can't help it. I don't want a stalker seeing me from anywhere.
You should have waited at home.
I didn't want to do that either.
Why not? Honestly, I don't feel entirely comfortable having the most beautiful girl in our school completely attached to me like this.
Ichinose, you can't leave the house without telling me from now on.
Well, I felt bad if I were to bother you.
No, I want you to say something before you leave from now on.
Well, if I don't forget.
That's not good enough.
Shinonome sounded really cute, but I hope I'm just overthinking. And on the night before the long weekend was over, Shinonome came to my room.
I'm sorry to bother you so late.
Shinonome? What's the matter?
I couldn't sleep, so is it okay if I stay here and chat for a bit?
Sure.
You're not allowed to sleep while you're talking to me, okay?
Okay. We then started talking about insignificant things. I tried my best to keep it insignificant, just so Shinonome could forget about the stalker. She eventually fell asleep. I carefully took her to the bedroom. Good night, Shinonome. I felt relieved that she's been able to fall asleep, But maybe she's still scared. Considering how she chose to come to my room at a time like this, I need to do something for her. I've already started taking an action, but I wonder how things will turn out. And that was when my phone started vibrating. When I checked after leaving the room, it was my dad, and I picked up the call as I whispered, "Hello, Dad?" "Hey, Ren. I have some progress on the thing you asked me to investigate." "Thanks." The next day, I was waiting for the person I called for to come behind the school building.
Are you the one who wanted to see me?
"Hey, sorry I had to ask you to come here." And the person who appeared was the girl I've seen around in the hallway a few times. Momiji Mochizuki from first year class A, right?
Yeah, but I have no idea what you wanted to talk to me about.
No matter how you look at her, she'd appear to be an ordinary, pretty girl. But there's something I really need to tell her right now. Let me cut to the point. You better stop following around Mio Shinonome. The moment I said Shinonome's name, her face twitched. She must have known something, as I expected.
Huh? I don't even know what you're talking about.
It seems like Mochizuki's trying to ask as if she doesn't know anything, so I have no choice but to show her. I took out a few pictures from my pocket. The first picture showed how Shinonome was attached to me as we were both walking, while Mochizuki was behind us. She was in disguise, but her brown hair and overall figure matched. On another picture, there was a picture of Mochizuki taking off her disguise. I predicted that the stalker would resume following Shinonome around, and so, when I was talking to my dad to see if it was okay to let Shinonome stay at our house, I also asked him to gather some evidence. I was surprised to find out it was a girl, but there were both male and female fans in the fan club. And there was nothing strange about how the stalker turned out to be a girl. Are you still going to say the same thing after seeing this?
Well...
Since she couldn't give any excuses at this point, Mochizuki collapsed on the ground to her knees.
I'm sorry.
Why'd you do this?
That's because Shinonome was so beautiful, and I respected her. So I wanted to get to know her more.
Why'd you give her a picture that would make her scared?
I don't know why, but I think I wanted her to know about my presence.
I get that you wanted to be acknowledged. But it's wrong for you to make her scared just to accomplish that. You better not come near Shinonome ever again. If you break this promise, well, you don't want to know what's gonna happen.
I'm so sorry.
I shared this entire incident with the school, so Mochizuki probably wouldn't be able to stalk her again. So now, the whole stalker incident was finally resolved. That day, on our way home, I told Shinonome about how everything had ended.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so you're safe now.
Thank you so much, Ichinose.
Despite her words being so cheerful, Shinonome's tone seemed just a little depressed. What's the matter? Is something bothering you?
No, nothing's bothering me, but if this whole issue is resolved, does it mean I should go back to my house?
I guess so. You won't have to worry about the stalker anymore.
You're right. Then I guess there isn't a reason for me to be with you anymore.
Well, I guess things are going to be a bit different now.
But we're still classmates, right?
Yeah, of course we are.
Let's go home now.
Shinonome walked in front of me after those words. I remembered as I watched the back of her head. I was remembering the days that Shinonome and I spent together, She was praised to be the most beautiful girl in our school. But she turned out to be just an ordinary girl. She smiled as she enjoyed the food I cooked. She was half asleep as she was brushing her teeth, and she hates being alone. Shinonome?
Huh?
I impulsively grabbed her arm. I knew deep inside my heart that I'd regret it if I didn't say anything right now. I looked into her face. It had nothing to do with whether she was the most beautiful girl in our school, or whether she was a loner at school just like me. I looked at her as the girl who mattered to me the most. Shinonome?
Yes.
I wanted to tell you that I